message. Today's messages or tarot readings are messages from Spirit or Universe, whichever suits you better. The words are interchangeable. Essentially, these messages are Spirit's way or the universe's way of coming in and providing wisdom and guidance where we might otherwise feel a little bit blinded to, or where we feel confused around. That's essentially what these messages are about, to bring in that wisdom, to call it in, to have Spirit say, we see and know best the direction that you should be going in, the things that you need to think about or consider, or the areas that maybe are difficult for you to look at. That's essentially what these messages are all about, and leaning in towards, helping us to see our blind spots, well, calling in their universal wisdom, Spirit's universal wisdom, or just the wisdom of universe. Either way, have a look at the thumbnail if you haven't already. And on the front there are three images, and then the first is butterflies, the second is crystals, and the third is a book. Feel into which image is speaking to you and resonating with you, and those will be your messages. So I'm going to get started here with message number 1, but I will say quickly, I'm going to pull the main overarching 3 energies just to save some time in the video, but we will look at them together. So again, give yourself a second to look at the thumbnail, feel into which image message is speaking to you, and I will get started here with message number 1. Hello, message 1. So right out of the gate, you guys chose the butterflies, the image of the butterflies. Butterflies tend to connect to the energy of transformation or something that may need to be transformed. You know, on the heavier side of it, it could be a lack of forward momentum, things not moving, kind of being stuck. In the positive direction, this reading may lean into and show how to transform your life in the best possible way, but we will see. I just wanted to give you a quick overview of what the image means for you in choosing it. Either wanting transformation in some way, recognizing there's a need for change, but maybe not necessarily knowing how to go about it. But let's have a look at the cards and see what's showing up for you guys. Interesting, we've got ask your angels, right? So going higher with your wants and desires, maybe not looking at things just on the physical level, you know, not that that's a bad thing, but going higher with it, maybe using meditation to open up that crown and invite higher mind and wisdom in, especially if you're feeling stuck around something. Either way, being open to prayer, to having the answers show up for you in some kind of way that may not be super logical is the feeling I'm getting here for you guys. Oh, look at this. Okay. So this is a timing card, and it's saying you're ready. And for me, this feels like you're ready for change. You're ready for some kind of transformation. You might even feel it within yourself, this restlessness of, I don't really know what to do or which direction to necessarily go. Or maybe you do and there's some fear. Either way, you are ready for change and transformation in some kind of way. But it sounds to me like there's some wisdom and guidance that Spirit really wants to bring to you. So being open to higher communication. And again, it might not make sense as you start pulling the threads on that information, that wisdom that's coming through. But I'm getting this feeling of writing it down on paper will be really a really good idea, because then you can connect the dots. Even if it comes in little spits and spurts. You know, where you're like, I don't know why I'm feeling this or hearing this, or, you know, this image keeps coming to my mind, or this thought, or this song, sound, whatever it is, and writing it down. And then you'll be able to look at it afterwards and say, oh my gosh, I see how this is all connected. There's something to that here for me, for my group ones that chose the butterflies. Okay, we've got there's something better. There's something better. And then you've got you're ready and ask your angels. So if there's something better, there's an energy around this of not settling for less than what you deserve or what you're capable of. So sort of like you have a higher calling. There is a need for change, but don't choose change just for the sake of it. Don't go in a direction just for the sake of inviting in some kind of change. Really go within, really call in that higher wisdom so that you can move towards something that's going to feel really good and more connected to your soul path purpose, right? You're ready for this kind of a change, most definitely, But there is definitely this element of not settling for less than what you deserve, especially if there's fears around moving forward towards something that feels really good to you, but maybe it looks very daunting or scary or it seems impossible. We'll see what other cards come up with it, but I find the dynamic here really interesting because you're definitely ready for transformation and change, but being really discerning about what you move towards within that change. Okay, see, look at this, Bridget. It says, caution is warranted. Look deeper into this situation before proceeding further. That is what I was feeling like. Don't settle for less than what you deserve. If you're moving towards something or you have an opportunity at hand and you're feeling a little undecided about it, a little unsure, like it looks good on paper, but I don't know if it feels the best for me, really listen to those feelings because this is coming out for a reason. It's like I said, not settling for less than what you're capable of or what you deserve. And I understand that we can all feel pressure, like maybe it's a job and you're like, I need to do this job because I need that money. It's sort of like, but can you trust and have enough faith to believe that there's something better? There's another option that's better for you. Even if it feels like it's the right option right at the moment, I feel like Spirit's jumping in to let you know that be careful here. All that glitters isn't necessarily gold. Even though things might look good on paper, it doesn't make it the best thing for you. As this says, there's something better. Look at this. You deserve the best. Reach for the stars with your dreams and desires and don't compromise. I was definitely feeling that right out of the gate with the three main energies. Do you find yourself doing this a lot, message one? Settling again for less than what you deserve? Really, really strong message coming in for you to not do that. If there is fear around not maybe moving towards an opportunity or taking it, and others, even if others' voices are getting in the way of your own internal wisdom, intuition voice saying you should just do this because it does look really good on paper, listen to your gut, listen to the niggle. It's there for a reason. There's something better. There is something better. Even if this situation feels like it looks pretty good at the moment, or it feels like almost like you have to. I feel like that's not the case. It's not the truth. You are ready for change and transformation, absolutely, but not necessarily the first thing that comes to mind or the first opportunity or an opportunity that you might be struggling with at the moment to whether to take it or not. I feel like there's a strong message here saying really think this through, really consider calling your angels for support, help them, ask them to help you understand whatever niggles you're feeling about not taking this, because I think some of you definitely are. Like, I don't know why, like this looks like such a good thing or a good opportunity, but yet there's this feeling of, I don't know if it's right for me. I think you need to lean into that and trust it. Okay, let's see what else is coming out with this. Okay, we've got conscious steps in the reversed, considered action looking forward. And it's in the reverse, right? Big, big call for my message one choosers to really stop, pause, connect to your heart, your soul, call in that higher mind wisdom, your spirits, your angels to help guide you through so that you don't make a choice, again, just because it looks good on paper. Really being conscious with your decisions. Archangel Zadkiel, self-acceptance, compassion, and forgiveness. Okay. And I'm going to put this under here, this you're ready. You may need some healing around this because maybe it causes you to choose things that you know aren't something that you would love or the best for you and what you bring to the world in some kind of way. But there may be some fears attached to it, particularly from the past for some of you, where you've beaten yourself up over maybe perceived mistakes. Maybe you tried something and it didn't work out, and now you fear that happening again, so you're just willing to choose and settle for something less than what is best for you or what you deserve. Either way, self-acceptance, compassion, and forgiveness, right, towards yourself for whatever perceived mistakes you think you made in the past or bad choices. You're coming to this juxtaposition, like you're at this crossroads where you can choose from a place of self-love, compassion, acceptance, with that energy behind you of support by your angels saying you're ready for this change, but make sure that it really is your soul calling, that it feels every part of you lights up as a result of choosing this direction, even if it scares you a little bit, right? I've said it before, but if our dreams aren't big enough, they don't scare us enough, they're probably not the right dream in some way. Okay. Surrender freedom from time constraints, letting go of urgency. Okay, a really good heads up there too from Spirit. You don't have to be making any hasty decisions. It just keeps repeating this message, this energy. Time is on your side. Again, go within. Call in your angels. Call in higher mind. Take notes. Write down everything you receive and get. Trust the niggles that you're feeling. If there's some little piece of you that is saying, I'm not sure about this, even though it seems like a good thing, you're right. Your niggle is right. Be very discerning with that, right? As it says, caution is warranted. Look deeper into this situation before proceeding further. It's sort of like, even if this opportunity that's coming in passes you by, it was never meant to be yours to begin with, because it's like the energy of this or something better. There is something better. Having faith, I think, is going to be a part of your journey, which is very difficult, right? We all want absolutes. We all want to know that we're going to be okay. And I feel like this message is very much saying you are going to be okay, but you need to trust yourself more. Have self-acceptance and compassion for who you are and any perceived mistakes that you made in the past. You've learned the lessons, even if that's true for you, and you feel like you've screwed up in some kind of way in the past, or missed opportunities, or tried something that didn't work out. You failed in some kind of way. They were just lessons, not life sentences to keep you stuck and choosing less than what you deserve. Hopefully that makes sense. Hidden truth, something unknown beneath the surface. Something unknown beneath the surface. Something that you can't see. Coming underneath, there's something better. This reading is in such good flow. Yes, hidden truth. There's something unknown, something you can't see, something that's better. Having faith and trusting that. Even maybe call in your spirit team, your angels, universal energy, again, whatever resonates with you, to help you cultivate more trust and faith. That the right thing will show up for you at the right time, and that you'll know it because you will feel it within your soul. It will light you up. And I keep coming back to, I don't feel like whatever this opportunity is, or potential incoming opportunity is, it's not going to have that same feel, but it may look good on paper. So really take your time with it. As this says, right centrally, ask your angels and letting go of urgency. You are at a time almost where like the hourglass is turned on its side, and you don't have to be in a rush to make choices and decisions right now. You really do have a moment to breathe, feel through, call in help, higher wisdom before making a decision. Archangel Phanuel, hope, optimism, and new beginnings, right? This is an amazing energy that's showing up for you, message 1. This is where you want to go. This is what you want to lean to. It's that energy of faith, hope, optimism. My transformation is coming. My new beginning is coming. It's sort of like say to the universe, this or something better. This or something better. And wait for them to answer you. They will. And even ask for them to answer you 3 times. I want to see this symbol if it's something better. Keep showing me doves. If there's something better than what I'm about to potentially choose for myself, that inherently I know on some levels probably not a part of my soul calling or purpose, but it feels like I need to choose it at this time. Lean into hope, faith, optimism. Ask for your angels and guides to oh gosh, I can't talk, to bolster those energies within you and to show you the way, to help you lean into faith and trust. As this says, you deserve the best. Reach for the stars with your dreams and desires and don't compromise. I really feel like my message ones, you guys don't recognize how powerful you are or what you bring, what you offer to people. Even if it's just in day-to-day life, you may not see the gifts that you have. It's almost like this feeling of, for some of you, you touch hearts everywhere you go, but you don't realize that you're doing that you might have made somebody's day, whether it be with, words, deeds. It doesn't matter how you did it, but that you do that for people. I feel like some of you have not been able to see this part of yourself that brings a lot of light to people, situations, groups, whatever it is. I think you're more powerful than you're giving yourself credit for. That was a terrible shuffle. Okay. So we've got the Six of Pentacles. There's definitely that feeling of not enough. That might be one of your fears. I'm afraid to not choose this thing because financially I need the help, the support, coming in other choosing conscious steps, right? Looking forward, taking action, feeling like there isn't enough is a big energy, I think, that's showing up here. And this may be what Spirit's had and the reason why you might choose what you choose, because financially it just feels like the smart thing to do. King of Pentacles, nice. Not something that I feel like you need to worry about, like the fear around it. This is not to say that you've not had financial struggles, message one, or that it hasn't been an issue for you in the past, or maybe that you have made choices that weren't the best financially for you. But with King of Pentacles coming next to self-acceptance, compassion, and forgiveness, this is an energy that you are more than capable of receiving, leaning into, and becoming, even if it's been a challenge in the past. And it's definitely highlighting that it's been money and finances and lack thereof has been a challenge in the past. Look at this, the Emperor. Asking your angels, letting go of urgency, going within, and kind of being very resolute and sitting on a strong and solid foundation, owning who you are and what you bring to the table. Really important message for you guys. Kind of cultivating and embodying the energy of the Emperor. I know who I am. I know what I offer. I know what my gifts and talents are. I know what it is that I trust and believe in myself. I may have lost sight of it, but this is the energy that you're being asked to bring back in for yourself. Very resolute in who you are and what is right for you. Not second guessing. Oh my gosh, look at all this powerful masculine energy. King of Cups. King of Cups. And it's coming in with that hidden truths, something unknown, right? And it's that the beneath the surface, right? It's the iceberg under the water and you can't see it. With the King of Cups coming out with this card, it's sort of suggesting that you will, trust that you will see the truth, feeling emotionally balanced and strong within yourself, going back to that Emperor energy, really owning who you are and being like, I see it, I know what's true for me, I feel it within every fiber of my being, and there really is something better waiting for me. And just feeling very emotionally balanced. I'm going to say it again, because I don't think that's been the case for a lot of my message ones. It's sort of like emotionally, I've got this now. I'm in a really good position. This is what's coming for you guys. I feel in a really strong way. So long as you give yourself over to pausing, making any big decisions or choices at this time, and really going within and calling in that wisdom and guidance, being really discerning with yourself and honest with yourself. Is this right for me? It looks good, but it doesn't feel good. And I always say, Lead with your heart and then bring your head with you. And I feel like this is a big message for you guys to be leading with your heart, because there is something better and you deserve the best. Okay. Yes. Okay. So look at this. It's that energy of exhaustion, right? Not feeling hopeful, optimistic, not seeing the transformation, not being able to lean into these new beginnings. Like, it just hasn't been happening for you. And I feel like this is where you are right now. I'm exhausted by all this, right? That's the 10 of Swords, needing to take a break, needing to step back, needing to let go of the struggle. Right? And it's directly affected your ability to lean back into faith, trust, optimism, and have a new beginning. Moving through this energy is going to be so important for you guys at this time. So really let yourself do that. Really give yourself over to that. Oh, look at this. I wasn't going to do the underneath card, but it's the 8 of Cups, right? It's walking away from something, from past perceived mistakes, what didn't work before, what isn't emotionally fulfilling. And that was the bottom card there. Okay, it says your life purpose involves writing, reading, editing, or selling spiritually based books. Also, this could be a heads up that you will come to some sort of wisdom or guidance through a book. So be really open to that. Either way, some of you may have a knack or talent for speaking, writing, creating, as this says, editing, good with words in some kind of way. So if you were waiting for confirmation that you should really be holding out for something or moving towards something where you get to flex this energy, this gift that you have, and utilize it to the best of your ability, absolutely, that's your confirmation. Ooh, okay. This situation has a basis in one of your previous lifetimes. Ask your angels to help you remember, release, learn, and heal from your past experiences. Okay, so maybe some of you have been really hung up and stuck on something, and you just assumed maybe you're looking at your life and you're like, I don't know why I have this fear. I don't know why I'm afraid to move towards this thing or try this thing. I can't see how anything in my immediate past created this problem. It's because it's deeper than that. So asking your angels to do just this, to help you to see it and then release it so that you can let it go and move forward. Really good idea for you guys at this time. Past life issues. Yeah, so you may be like, I don't even know why I struggle so much with this. Could be coming from a past life situation. Also, though, I will say on a more mundane level, sometimes this card just shows up to say, no, it's not. It is something from your childhood here that you need to pluck out and look at that has created, a fear around you moving towards what you would love, what you're here to do, what your soul purpose is. Okay. Bring these in a little bit. You can't really see them in the camera. The way forward is open. You're not trapped. Possibilities and opportunities abound. I will guide you to personal and spiritual freedom. You're ready. Love that. And look, it says joy. Whatever things that you might be struggling or indecisive about or grappling with to figure out, like, is this right for me? If it doesn't evoke this kind of elation and joy, it isn't what's best for you. Message 1. The way forward is open, so long as you follow your heart and then bring your head with you. Look at this. Ask your angels. And now we've got recognize the signs from above. Angels are sending you messages now, but you're too distracted to notice. Stay alert and open to divine guidance. Yes. Yes. Big ask for message 1. Really create space for this. Because it sounds like, divine timing is yours right now. And the universal energy, spirit really wants to bring you this wisdom and guidance. They really want you to have the answers that you seek to understand what it is that they're trying to convey to you. It's funny that I said doves too, because that's a dove. Maybe some of you should ask for affirmation through the energy of doves. Either way, it's time for you to really give yourself over to connection, to spirit, higher mind, wisdom. Recognize the signs that they're sending you, and then they will show you the way forward into joy, into your higher calling. For some of you, this is going to be connected to writing or books or editing, or it says spiritually based books too. Or you may find some wisdom and guidance in a book. There's a lot that could be unpacked with that book's energy. Okay, we're just going to cap this off with one final message from heaven card. Someone needs your support. Can you help them? It says, we will guide you. This is that energy I was feeling, that you're a lot more powerful than you think, and that you touch hearts everywhere you go, even if you're not aware of it. Something about your light and your energy really does bring hope and optimism to others. I definitely think this is through word for some of you, and maybe those words should be put down on paper also for some of you, general, so that's not going to resonate. Either way, you have the capacity to bring this out in you, to be a beacon of light and hope for others, and there's something about your purpose that involves this, so just know and trust that this is more confirmation around that. Someone needs your support. Can you help them? We will guide you. I love that for you guys. Okay, I think I'm going to leave that there. I really hope that you guys give yourself over to this pause and action to connect to higher mind, because I think there's so much that's going to come to you that's beautiful and amazing, and that will put you on the path that is meant for you. Okay, I'm going to leave that there now. Take care, guys. Hello, message 2. So you guys were attracted to the crystals. Crystals can be connected to a lot of things, but the first thing that comes to my mind with crystals is clarity, wanting to be crystal clear about something or needing clarity around something. They're also connected to the earth realm, so there could be an energy around using crystals to help you in your earthly life and in your passion and purpose, or towards something, whether it's to keep you aligned or grounded or open, will be different for all of you. But those are the immediate energies that come to mind with choosing the crystal image. But let's have a look and see what the cards say. We've got look for a sign. Look for a sign. Needing clarity. I definitely think that's a thing here right out of the gate, especially in choosing those crystals. Needing clarity around something. Looking for signs to help guide you, especially if you're insecure about trusting yourself, which I think is usually the case when we're not making a choice because we're fearing it's the wrong choice and we don't feel like we have that clarity. And I think Spirit's saying that we recognize that you want some confirmation and to say, yes, you're choosing right. This is a good direction, or that is the right person, whatever it is. Looking for a sign and asking for it to be received by you more than once, if that helps for some of you who get very bogged down in, is this right or is this wrong? Am I choosing the best thing for me? Ask for the sign to be delivered like 3 times before you move forward with something, if that helps you, if you struggle with trust around decision making. Take action. Being called to take action on something once you've received this sign, though. Feeling clear and not second guessing your choices and knowing that you need to go in this direction, that it is right for you. I say this sort of thing all the time, but if our dreams don't scare us a little bit, they're probably not big enough. So if you're wanting something and it scares you a little bit, but on the inside, it's what you daydream about, there's something to that. That's what's real and true for you. And you should start moving towards it and taking action towards it, because it's a part of your soul purpose and path. We've got yes, yes, yes. this thing, move towards that thing. We're giving you the signs. You are correct in feeling like this is the right way for you or the thing that you should do. It's a yes. You're getting a yes and energy confirmation. This is the direction. Take action on it. And I feel like without equivocation, without hesitating too much, because I also get the sense that a lot of you do that too. A lot of second guessing yourself, overthinking what it is you should or shouldn't do. Is this right? Is this right? A lot of indecision, really getting stuck in that kind of a pattern. Instead of just trusting yourself that no matter what, even if there's bumps along the way, moving towards whatever it is best for you, you will move through it and you will get through it. You will come out the other side, of any challenges that come as a result of you saying yes to what's best for you. And you've got a lot of rainbow energy too, like following that true North Star too is something I'm feeling. Lightning bolt, you've got the rainbow coming out here with connected to like a star in the sky. That's what it makes me feel like. It's time to follow your true north, your passion, your purpose. And it's like Spirit came in to say, we see that you overthink this, that you're worrying about it, that you're wondering if you're maybe a little bit off and thinking that you can have this, do this. But yes, you can. You should move towards it. We'll send you confirmation to help you feel better about this thing. I think we all fear the unknown. We want guarantees and absolutes that everything's going to work out if we say yes to something. And like I said, there's going to be bumps along the way, but it doesn't mean that ultimately it isn't for your best and highest good, and that eventually it will work out in the way that you had hoped. Anything worth doing is always going to bring a little bit of struggle. Okay, let's see what else is going on here. And for some, this can be connected to love for some. Being afraid to put yourself back out there again and saying yes to love. Trusting that it's going to be there for you, that, partners coming in the future will be best for you, that you'll know. I do think it's more likely connected to passion and purpose, but I think some of you, it's definitely, yes, you can trust this person, you can commit to this person, they really do love you. It won't be perfect, but it's perfect for you, kind of thing. Look at that. We got the name Crystal, and I had that vibe of like wanting to be crystal clear with the crystals. Have faith and hope, because there is something positive and new on the horizon that you can't yet see. And when it does show up for you, message 2, it will be the right thing. It's something that you can take action on, that you can move towards, that you can say yes to. But you're in that void energy right now, I think, where you're just in uncertainty and not sure and not feeling self-assured. All the more reason to start looking for signs and asking for them to be repeated to you, so that you can really have that sense of trust that this is right. Have faith and hope, because there is something positive and new on the horizon that you can't yet see. Yes. And I just love that it's crystal, because it's crystals that you chose. Isaiah. It's a good time to give birth to new ideas and situations in your life. I am watching over you, guiding you, and protecting you during these changes. Yes. Moving into the energy of creativity, faith, hope, trust, forward momentum, and it should feel really good within you. Even if it does scare you a little bit, it should feel like, this scares me a little bit, but it feels so right. Leading with your heart, and as I said in message number 1, taking your head with you. It's a good time to say yes to new ideas and situations. So for some of you, I do feel like, because you got a male and female there, I think there might be a message here for some of my message 2 choosers about relationships and love, and putting yourself back out there again, and trusting and committing to moving into love and saying yes to it with an open heart. I am watching over you and guiding you and protecting you during these changes. Right, so, and I do think there's an insecurity about feeling safe. Probably due to things in your past, times that you've been burned, or where things didn't work out. And then we all develop this pattern of not trusting ourselves and wanting and needing absolutes. I need somebody to tell me that I'm doing the right thing. Otherwise, I'm just going to stay stuck, not doing anything, because I'm afraid. I'm afraid to choose wrong. There's definitely an element of that here from our message 2s. But you're being guided to look for signs because you are being divinely guided at this time. The timing is just right. And then when you feel that pull that I need to do this, I need to say yes to this, I need to create that, I need to commit to this person or say yes to this person, you take action on it. But I will say, with Crystal showing up here and having faith and hope because there's something positive and new coming, the timing for this thing to be realized and actualized is not necessarily at the time that you watch this. It will come later in the future. For some reason, I'm getting this energy of like in a few months from the timing of this reading. Obviously, that's not going to be the case for all of you, but I do think it's going to be for some of you. So hanging on to hope and optimism, really important for you guys. Elementals, nature spirits, and the four elements, which also goes really good with the rest of this because crystals are connected to the earth, right? They're from the earth, they're cultivated from the earth. So maybe some of you, in a very tangible way, should be utilizing crystals more to help you, especially with indecision or fear with moving forward or towards something. All helpful for you. Getting really grounded with the four elements too, right? Air, fire, water, earth. I think earth is a big one that is difficult for my message too, is like staying grounded, something that's coming to me. Either way, you have the capacity and the potential to call in this type of energy to help you. Attachment, longing, and desperation. Okay. Where is your attachment style holding you back and hindering you, causing you to be in fear, to not be able to make decisions, to not be able to let go of what was and embrace what can be? Something to look at for my message too is a big call to detach from that energy because it's no longer serving you. And I feel like even if you don't realize it, you've taken the lessons and you can leave them behind now and move forward with the wisdom that you now have. And longing and desperation too, right, with attachment, oftentimes that can lean into looking at our own ideals and expectations. Expectations are really tricky to carry on, to carry with us in life because we're often disappointed, right? Because everyone is looking at life and experiencing life through a different lens, through different colored glasses. And so kind of relaxing our expectations about how we think something should be is so important to be able to cultivate more freedom and joy. And I think there's an element of that here as well. What are you attached to? How can you slowly start detaching from it so that you can move forward, say yes to the things that Spirit and the Divine want to bring you that are going to be much better for you, that you can move towards with hope, optimism, that's going to bring about positive changes. Conscious steps. This came out in the first one. In the reverse, right? So not just going on automatic pilot and doing what you've always done, which really leans into this longing, desperation, attachment style, just following a pattern instead of breaking the pattern and saying, wait, why am I choosing this? Why am I doing this? Why do I continue to choose these things when I know they don't feel like what's best for me? It's in the reverse, right? So this is something that needs to be made stronger for you at this time, really making conscious steps, really being objective, zooming out and asking yourself these questions. Why am I choosing this? Why am I in this pattern right now? What am I attached to? Is this really what's right for me? Can I let this go and choose differently for myself? Really going to be important for you guys at this time. Okay, we've got Archangel Haniel in the reverse. Joy, blessings, and intuition. A big disconnect from this energy. And I've said this in videos before too. It's so, easy to get stuck in patterns and frustration and stagnancy and not have forward momentum. And oftentimes we think that if we just ruminate on it and overthink it and overanalyze it and look at it every which way, that somehow we're going to make it better, when often the simplest way through that energy is to lean into joy. What makes you happy? throw some music on and dance around. Even if you don't like to dance, but you love music, dance around and move your body, because it's really hard to be in a bad mood when we're moving and we're enjoying, we're dancing, or when we're singing to our favorite song, or being creative just for the sake of being creative. Whatever it is that brings you joy, give yourself permission to lean into it more and do more of it, because it really will raise your energy and your vibration and help you to receive more clarity, to see things through a different lens. Because it's coming in the reverse, suggesting you need more of this in your life right now, and that it's only going to serve to help you rather than hinder you. Look at this. The healing heart, love, acceptance, and romance. I was definitely feeling like for some of you, this is romantic relationships and being open to them again, or healing one that you're in, but there's fear. Love, acceptance, and romance, the healing heart. So 2 messages here. Some of you need to heal your heart space. It's clogged up in pains from the past, things that have gone wrong, heartbreak from a romantic partner, but you are coming into a time where you can trust that these energies are ready to be healed out and that you can move forward, in commitment, in birthing a new thing, and seeing your relationship become what you've always wanted it to be. Or saying yes to new relationships and connections for some of you. Okay. I'm going to pull some of the regular tarot here to get a little bit of a broader and better picture about these energies. And I kind of love that it's coming out underneath that couple, right, where it's a good time to give birth to new ideas and situations in your life. I'm watching over you and guiding you and protecting you. Yeah, during these changes. And I think some of you just like, I don't feel safe because I have been burned in the past. I don't feel safe opening up my heart further to this person or to this new idea that I really feel good about, but I'm scared to start or do, right? I fear it. I fear what could go wrong instead of focusing on what could go right. And especially when you've got yes and take action, and Spirit's going to come in and give you signs so that you can trust this, saying yes to these things. Oh, nice. Six of Wands, victory. And it's interesting because it's coming with that having faith and hope and nature spirits and the 4 elements. I really think for some of you, doing very physical things and utilizing earth elements to help you get more grounded and present, and clearing your body system and energy to invite in this new thing where you can take action, this new person, this heart-centered energy is going to be really beneficial for you guys. So looking into which crystals could help you with this. But either way, you've got victory there. Yes, okay, so we've got 6 of Cups coming with that longing and desperation, nostalgia from the past. Maybe some of you have had a hard time letting go of what could have been in a connection or relationship, or even a situation that didn't work out for you, and you're having a hard time disconnecting from it, because that's coming out with longing, desperation, and attachment. But remember, you've got victory here, right? So this can absolutely be overcome. I just really want you to know that message too. I think it's been really hard for you to detach from it, but it really can be overcome. Nice. Queen of Wands, fiery passion, really being in touch and in tune with that feminine energy, which is all about creativity, passion, inspiration. You can lean into this, and I feel like you naturally hold this but have been very disconnected from it for quite some time, but it's coming out underneath the look for the sign. Like, I feel like this is the energy you get to move into. This is what you become. It's who you naturally are but have been detached from, and it doesn't matter whether you're male or female. It's just feminine energy is just creator energy, the ability to manifest, to make something happen with a sense of passion, igniting it with ingenious, innovation, all of those kind of great energies. Decisions, yeah. We we've talked a lot about this in your reading message too. Having a really hard time making decisions, feeling disconnected from your capacity to choose right for yourself, not trusting yourself to make the right decisions. Usually this is because of past experiences, but this is the big call, right? Getting into joy, blessings, and trusting your intuition again will help you with this decision-making process, right? It's coming out with joy, blessings, and intuition as well. And I want to just say too, like, I think we all get hung up on choosing wrong for fear of that, but you've survived every choice and decision you've made so far, even if it's hurt in some kind of way, or you had to receive a hard lesson as a result of it. You're still here, you're still moving, you're still breathing, you're still going, and you will get through and be able to come out the other side no matter what's thrown at you. I really do believe that, especially with that Queen of Wands at the center, representing you. Yes, okay. So we've got that 10 of Wands, right? Ready to go. This is fiery energy, incoming energy. There is some darkness in this card, but there's a lot of light too if we're looking for it. Wanting to heal, coming into that love, acceptance, and romance, being ready to let your guard down and just lead with fiery passion and let go of what's been. Really strong message, because essentially that's what this is leaning into. It is time to put that sword down, to let your guard down, to open up your heart again and look at what it is that you are defending and attaching to that is causing nothing to move, or for the wrong, for the romance to not be showing up, or for the creative idea to not be being birthed through you. It's time to let your guard down, really defending your heart space, walls up. It's time to allow these barriers to relax. It is the only way that you will invite in this new thing that wants to show up for you that you've not yet seen, but is coming for you. Timing, like I just feel like the timing is going to be soon, and you're going to want to be in a really good mental, emotional, and physical space to say yes to it. Hey, we've got visualize success. See yourself doing well in this situation and have faith in a positive outcome. Yeah, that attachment style, the pattern that you're in, right? It's kind of like doom and gloom thinking, right? If I worry about it and I fear it and I overthink it, then maybe I'll stop it from coming, but absolutely not going to be the way that your situation turns in your favor. You just have to act as if it's already yours. I only see this going in my favor. I only believe that what I want wants me back. It's really leaning into that so that you can manifest the most beautiful situation for yourself, whether it's something that you're going to create and bring into the world that is needed, or it's a relationship energy. Okay, it's time to let go of behaviors that are blocking you from your heart's desire. Ask Archangel Raphael to help you with this healing away addictions. It doesn't have to literally be an addiction, though it could be for some of you. But again, it could be that you're addicted to this pattern of blocking your heart, or maybe leaning into something too quickly for some of you without having all the information, overthinking. There's so many ways that this can manifest for you as an addiction. Again, we always think that it's going to be like smoking or drinking or drugs or something like that. But I feel like for you guys, it has something to do with your patterns. I do think there are probably some of you where physical addictions are also at play here, but I think for more of you, there's an addiction to this pattern of overthinking, not trusting, having these high expectations and then having not be met. Just a lot of fear and choosing from a place of fear rather than a place of love and trust. Due to the past, though, like I will say I don't fault my message twos for having this energy and being stuck in it. It's so easy to do when we've been hurt or burned in the past, especially when things we try and our tries have been outside the lines and they haven't worked out. And we want to protect ourselves from that ever happening again. And I do think there's an element of that here for some of you. This was also one of the messages in message 1. Recognize the signs from above and then look for a sign. Really strong message. Message 2. They are the spirit world, the universe, God, source, energy, whatever resonates with you is really trying to get your attention right now. They're really trying to show you the way or the person or the way through to heal something, to make it stronger, better, to create something. They're like, we're really trying to get your attention around this. The timing for you to see this is now, but you must be open to it. Angels are sending you messages now, but you're too distracted to notice. Stay alert and open to divine guidance. Yes. Even just setting a few minutes aside here and there to connect, I think will be of benefit to you guys. Ooh, okay. This is a blessing in disguise. Be patient and have faith that your angels have the situation under control. What will come is far better than you dared to dream. Blessings in disguise. You know, I used to hate this card when I first started with this sort of thing, tarot, because it, you know, at the time you're frustrated and you're angry about something not working out or that it didn't go the way that you had hoped, expectations not being met, being hurt or burned again in some kind of way. And it's like, it was blessings in disguise. There's something much better. But you will have learned and cultivated so much wisdom as a result of this harder thing. And then when you move forward, you're wiser, you're smarter, you're stronger. That's the energy I feel like Spirit's speaking to you at this time, to frame what hasn't happened or what's not been good or gone wrong in this way. It was just a blessing in disguise. And it goes really good with have faith and hope, because there's something positive and new on the horizon that you can't see, right? Be patient and have faith that your angels have this situation under control. What will come is far better than you dared to dream. I really do feel that here for you guys. Message 2. We're just going to cap this off with a final message here. Messages from heaven. I feel that you guys, you know, I feel like a lot of you have been really burned by life, relationships, tries again outside the lines, trying to get something off the ground and having it just flop on you and be like, well, that was just another thing that I tried that didn't work out, or another relationship that I thought was going to be the one and it wasn't. The tide is turning. The energy is really supportive of you right now to connect to something much better than all the things that we've already had to be through. And I know how hard that must be to believe, but that's exactly what this reading feels like. Problems that have held you back are being cleared. We are monitoring it. Yeah, with that blessing in disguise energy. 100%. I definitely think this is true for you guys, and it's time for you to lean into the trust, faith, and belief in yourself, and that this is true for you guys. Problems that have held you back are being cleared. We are monitoring it. I really think using crystals to help clear your energy, especially your chakras, like for alignment, would be a really good idea for you guys. It'll just help you be more open to the energy that Spirit's trying to bring in and the signs and the messages that they're bringing in. Yes, okay. I think I'm going to leave that there. Take care, guys. Hello, message 3. So you guys chose the image of the book, which suggests to me there's some sort of wisdom or knowledge either within a book or just metaphorically speaking, there's some sort of wisdom or knowledge that you may need at this time. But it can often mean that we might come to some sort of recognition or aha moment from reading a book. I do think that more metaphorically speaking, there's something about gaining more knowledge and wisdom around something for you guys since you were attracted to that image. But let's have a look at the cards and see what the cards say. Ooh, okay, we've got romance. So this may be an energy that's coming in for you, or something that you're working on in your life right now, or that you're wanting right now. But this is the energy of the direction and energy of this reading is going to be in and around romance. Oh, look at this, in the near future. And there's 2 angels on the front as well, male and female. In the near future, coming into a romantic situation. Okay, we've got no. Okay, no energy here. So this could be speaking to perhaps some of you are in a romantic situation now, or maybe you're dating somebody and you're wondering, is this the one? This could be Spirit's way of saying, no, not this. There's somebody better waiting for you in the very near future. Or no, don't settle for whomever it is you're dating, or as being in a situation where maybe the feelings are there, the chemistry is there, but there's red flags, which would be knowledge and wisdom in some way that you could be ignoring at this time. I've been saying this throughout all these readings today, that leading with our hearts and bringing our heads with us is so important. And it's interesting because this is where the opposite can sometimes be true, where we're so stuck in how we're feeling and the fact that there's chemistry that we may ignore some knowledge that we're gaining or wisdom that we might have. We might be pushing it to the side because we're so in the feelings and the chemistry of a situation that we've ignored the red flags or signs about this particular person that we should be paying attention to at this time. We'll see what else comes out with this, but either way, I feel like romance for you is imminent in the near future, but it may not be in a situation that you're currently in or wondering about. We'll see what the cards say, though. There is a potential that, somebody coming in the near future who's romantic, that you may wonder, is this going to be the person for me? The answer to that could be no for some of you. Although I do feel like it's more pertaining to now, a situation that some of you may be in now. But just something to consider. Yeah, I do feel like it's more likely to be that there's something better, someone better waiting for you, and to be open to it. Okay, Xana, you are protected from all types of harm. The worst is now behind you. I ask you to relax and feel safe. Okay. So some of you are maybe quite guarded when it comes to love and romance. Perhaps some of you are just getting out of a situation where you just did gain that wisdom, that knowledge. You really were seeing the red flags for what they were, and making this decision to, that's it, I'm done with this dating scene. No more. I'm over it. And as this card is reminding you to stay open, you can heal through what you've been through and know that there is something better. You don't have to stay boxed away and guard your heart for the rest of your life because maybe you've met some people who hurt you in some kind of way. Either way, it's saying that you're safe and protected, and that Spirit really wants you to know that you can relax this barrier, you can feel safe, and that romance is going to occur for you in the near future. But you have to be open to it. You have to trust that you can keep on keeping on, and that any relationships that didn't work out, they're either a lesson or a blessing, right? And maybe for you guys, it's been a lot of lessons, and you're tired of that. I definitely think that's an energy here for some of you, but that's not going to always be the case. I feel like that wisdom, that knowledge that you've needed is about to be attained, but when it comes to how to show up in relationships, how to choose a relationship, and even just about a particular situation that some of you are in right now. Either way, you're being asked to relax and feel safer and know that you are being protected from all types of harm. And I feel like Spirit wouldn't be highlighting that if they didn't want you to say yes to a future romance. Especially if it's not a connection that you would normally choose for yourself. If you would normally, this isn't my type. I think maybe being open to it anyways, because you may be surprised what this kind of a person could bring to your life. Okay, Caressa, you are at the end of a cycle in your life. Call upon your angels to comfort you and to guide you to your next step. Happiness awaits you now. Yeah. You are protected from all types of harm. The worst is now behind you. Some of you have really been through it, really been burned in connections and relationships. It's almost that energy. Is this the one? Is this the one? Is this the one? And then they keep not being the one. You keep finding out things, or they keep showing their true colors, as you've already connected to the emotions, and had that chemistry, and making it really difficult to break away from these connections. I feel like that's a thing for some of you. But this has all been cyclical. It's all been just a way to help you to see what you truly deserve in a love connection. And I think to be more open-minded about what that's going to look like for you and who it's going to be for you. It might be time to question your type for some of you, and be willing to look outside the box when it comes to that. Yeah, I really think that's a message for some of my message 3 choosers. Okay, let's pull some more cards. Ascended Masters, devoted spirits with specific intentions. Okay, maybe call in some of the love angels. Message 3. So Jovial comes to mind, Archangel Jovial and Shemuel. I'm fairly certain that they're connected to the energy of romance and love and relationships. Either way, it's sort of suggesting that you have the ability, especially at this time, to call in higher mind and ascended masters who can help you to understand your relationship dynamics, how you show up, connections, to help you gain wisdom and knowledge around connections and relationships and the way that you show up in them and the way that you're choosing them. I do feel like a lot of you choose less than what you deserve and get hooked in really quickly with people because of the chemistry. But again, this is a situation where maybe leading with your heart and then bringing your brain with you needs to be flipped for a time. You know, making sure that you have some wisdom and knowledge around these situations that you're willing to tap into and push the feelings aside, just so that you know that you're moving in the direction of a good connection, right? That you have all of it rather than just pieces of it. Because I definitely get the sense that some of you have been maybe moving towards connections and relationships that feel really good in the moment, and there is a lot of chemistry, like sexual chemistry, romantic chemistry, and then as time goes on, you start to see little things about this person that aren't so great, you know, from a intellectual standpoint, maybe not being as good of a fit, or there being some problems, maybe some baggage that they bring in, or little red flags that you, because of the feelings are so strong, you want to ignore them and just keep on keeping on. And I think that this message is calling your attention just to not do that anymore, essentially, to really, you know, get a little bit more real with it and say, this feels good, but is it good for me long term? Do we have the same values, the same morals, the same ideals? Do we want the same things? Really, really making that more of a priority. That doesn't sound sexy or romantic, I know. It's just what I'm feeling right now for you guys as being something to consider moving forward. Because I do think that you're going to have somebody who maybe the chemistry takes a little bit of time, but all the other things, the shared values, ideals, morals, even hobbies and interests are going to be the same. But then there's that like, oh, I don't know if I feel it, if the chemistry is what I would like it to be. Being open to that will come. I definitely think that's a message for some of you. Look at ancestors. Historical connections and purposes. Historical connections and purposes. Interesting, right? Because I'm also getting this feeling that for some of you, maybe you've had a lot of karmic relationships to work out. So a lot of the people that have showed up in your life have been karmic, where you've had some sort of karma to settle or clear or work out or brought to you so that you can learn certain lessons or they could learn certain lessons from you. And your ancestors are saying it's a good time to call in that energy to see it for yourself. Maybe to step back and zoom out and say, okay, what have I learned from all of the relationships and connections that I've been in so far? What have they taught me? What good can I take from it? What was the stuff, the knowledge, and the wisdom that I didn't really want to look at the time that I need to lean into moving forward? Either way, ascended masters and ancestors, you have a lot of help from the spiritual realm right now. So really give yourself over to calling them in to help and ask them that, say, I'm ready to receive your wisdom and knowledge around this so that moving forward, I choose best for myself. I choose people who are resonant with me in all ways. Okay, that was my stomach. I wonder if they came and picked that up. Sorry about that, guys. Prophets and ancient seers. You have a lot of mystical energy coming in. It's in the reverse, though. Decisions, predictive guidance, right? You have the capacity to know, to choose from a place of intuition and trust, but this is an energy that's been really difficult for you. Prophets and ancient seers in the reverse. Decisions, predictive guidance. This is in the offering for you guys right now, message 3. There is something that is blocking it because it's in the reverse when it comes to romance and loving connections. It's that knowledge energy, that wisdom that's been missing. Going back over here into the Ascended Masters and the Ancestors, calling them in, maybe doing some meditations around them. Even if some of you are like, I can't meditate, my mind can't get quiet, I always get all flustered. If that's the case for some of you, just sitting down with pen and paper and whatever comes to mind, what would you tell me when it comes to love and romance? About the past, about how my connections have been, what lessons I need to take from them, or what pieces I didn't see, so that moving forward in the near future, I say yes to this beautiful romance that's going to show up for me. It's sort of like that. Hopefully that made some sense. But either way, you have the ability to tap into prophecy and see the truth of things. It's just blocked right now, especially when it comes to love and romance. Yeah, surrender freedom from the time constraints, letting go of urgency. So I've got my heater just kicked on, so it's going to be a little bit loud in the video, message 3. I apologize for that too. It's freezing here though, and the heat does need to kick on. Letting go of urgency, surrender freedom from time constraints. This has been showing up a lot in these readings. I think it might have showed up in each one, or at least 2. Either way, it's a strong and powerful message for all of us right now, to not think that the time has to be right now, or that we need to force or push something right now. It's almost like trying to fit a square peg in a round hole, or however that goes. It's that. There is no urgency. Giving yourself time to really connect to who you are, what you've learned from these relationships and connections, really getting knowledge around, is this person the best for me? Or why did I think they were the best for me? Can I lean in more into values and morals when meeting a person and be open to the chemistry coming later? It's all of that, really necessary at this time, because freedom is what follows. There is no time crunch. There is no rush. It will come. Having faith and trust that this love and romance, this connection, I feel like that some of you have been waiting for so long for, it's imminent. It will happen. But there are some things that you need to know, understand, and be able to discern differently before it does. Hopefully that makes sense. Yeah. Okay. Currents of emotions. Okay. Upright, currents of emotions, uncontrolled feelings. Okay, but this is coming out in the reverse, which is actually quite good, suggesting that you're moving out of these kinds of heavy energies, these emotions, where your emotions have maybe been running the show, and you've been solely choosing from a place of emotion rather than, again, mind, wisdom, knowledge, facts. I feel like this is about to be turned around for you. This is the change that you've been waiting for. It's been a cyclical thing. And it's not going to be so uncontrolled like your feelings anymore. You're about to have a better handle on them moving forward, because it's reversed, right? So coming out of that. I also think that for some of you, it's just a message to say, we see that you've struggled, that you've been hurt by a past relationship or let down, or by many past relationships for some of you. And this is about to shift and change for you. I keep hearing that song in my head, the tide is high, but I'm moving on. I'm going to be your number one. I'm really feeling that song right now. Old heater is so loud. I really do apologize, guys, for how noisy that is. Page Page of Wands. Okay, so Ascended, and this is coming out with Ascended Masters, sort of a clarifying card, suggesting that there's some messaging coming through. So pay attention, be open to it. Pages are usually messengers of some sort. And because it's Wands, it has to do with fiery, passionate, creative, romantic type things. So paying attention to that, because there's going to be something in that kind of energy that's going to show up for you. Be open, is what I should be saying. Be open to it. Justice, right? I love this for you guys, coming out with historical connections and purposes, ancestors. I feel like a lot of you've had to learn a lot of hard lessons in this lifetime, and it's been a cyclical thing. It's coming to an end. The scales are about to be more balanced for you guys. Justice being served for you, finally coming into that romantic connection that you so deserve in the very near future. King of Cups, right? Really owning your emotions. Currents of emotions over here, which uncontrolled feelings turning in your favor. Having a more of a handle on your feelings and emotions and not allowing them to completely run the show. Really, really having, control over them. This is representing you in the center here, your energy, what you can come into, right? But it also is connected to this prophets and ancient seers. So intuitively, water, the water energy of cups, all cups energy is connected to water, which is connected to emotion, which is also connected to intuition. So really coming into your own intuitively, emotionally balanced, justice, being able to see the truth of things, gaining that knowledge, that wisdom, and feeling very resolute in it, very comfortable with it. Like, I've got this. I've got this. Yeah, ready to go. And lots of wands here, right? With it's fiery energy, which makes sense because it's passionate, inspired, contemplating where to go next, feeling that pull, that spark, saying, okay, I am going to move forward. I am going to move towards this thing. I'm going to be open to this connection that I really do feel like for some of you is not going to be what you would normally choose. But saying yes to it, looking at the horizon with more optimism, right? Letting go of urgency, because he's still contemplating, right? He's got the three wands there. There's passion behind him. There's fire energy. There's creativity and inspiration and just that sexual charged energy, but looking out, not quite ready to go yet, but starting to feel it. It's starting to show up all around you. This is something that I feel really need to lean into, message 3. And it's 3s too, I just realized. That's the starting point for you. This is letting go of urgency. Doesn't have to be right now. It's coming. It's going to slowly be built, this positive, fiery, balanced energy. Yeah, Page of Swords. So you've got a Page of Wands, right? So some sort of messaging coming through that's around passion, a person, romance, creativity, a situation. And then you've got Page of Swords, which is mental energy, right? Cutting through mental energy, messaging around that for you as well. Cutting through, I'm going to say the crap. Cutting through the crap that maybe you've been playing over and over in your head. Coming into clarity. Messages being sent to you around what to do, how to get clear, how to become emotionally more controlled into that King of Cups energy, intuitive again, right? And I feel like it has to do with cutting through the mental garbage that's been in there, that's been holding you back, and keeping you stuck in some kind of way. Look at that. Underneath, Knight of Swords energy too. More of that cutting away, ending, severing, something coming in really, really quickly. Information. All the more reason to be open, right? Be open to messaging coming through. That feels so strong and apparent to me for my message 3s, especially with Ascended Masters and Ancestors and these pages. Really, really, really be open. If it seems silly or ridiculous, but it feels like a message, write it down. I had mentioned in message 1 that sometimes we can connect the dots after we kind of make little mental notes or physical notes about what we're seeing and feeling, and we can look at it and go, oh my gosh, I see it. I get the message. There's something to that kind of energy here for me, for my message 3s. past life issues. Well, that makes a lot of sense, doesn't it? It's that karma energy I was feeling, like karmically being tied to people where you had some sort of karmic issue to work out, whether it was unrequited love or giving more than you were receiving or receiving more than you were giving, whatever it is, it's rooted in past lives. All the more reason to give yourself over to connection to your ancestors, to the ascended masters, to help you see what these situations are so that you can finally release them and be ready for this new romance that's coming in, and let go of the cycle and be ready to move on from it, right? With that sense of safety and trust, knowing that you're protected. It says, the situation has a basis in one of your previous lifetimes. Ask your angels to help you remember, release, learn, and heal from your past experiences. Yeah, I feel like the cycle of having to have dealt with one karmic relationship after another, no matter what the energies were, wants to come to a close. It wants to be done. It wants to end so that you can be brought a beautiful connection. But it does require some work from you to connect to wisdom, knowledge, what you can't see, your blind spots, to help you move through them so that you don't take these energies with you with a new connection. Cancel, clear, delete. Use only positive words and thoughts as they're rapidly manifesting into form. Ask the angels to cancel the effects of past negative thinking. Yeah, and this is so, we all do this. It's so easy to get stuck in negative thinking when we're being hurt or burned or been through it time and time and time again. It's very hard to stay optimistic and positive. Just saying, I choose to cancel, clear, delete all my past negative thinking and move into trust and faith and hope is all that's really required and necessary. And when you catch yourself into that negative loop, going back to it again, saying, nope, okay, I hear myself doing it, I see it, I cancel, clear, delete all that negative thinking, what I previously was thinking, and I choose faith, trust, optimism, spirit has my back, I'm moving forward. It sounds so simple and almost ridiculous to agree to think that could actually help. And it's probably not going to make a difference doing it one time, but catching yourself when you get into a negative loop and making the commitment to every time you catch it to cancel, clear, and delete those thoughts and say, I only choose good thoughts to describe my love life, what's going to show up for me, or what I've been through, is going to be in your benefit. But it requires consistency to really get ourselves there into more of a positive mind frame. Yeah, okay. Move these in a little bit. I think that the heat finally kicked off. Trust in divine purpose. This experience has divine meaning. Healing will come. Know that you're on a path of growth. Yeah, it's that these karmic lessons. I can just feel like the eye roll and the exhaustion. Like, I am so tired of that. I'm ready for something good and positive and loving. It's going to come. I promise you, I really do feel that strongly here from our message threes. But you've been going through a journey of learning through karmic lessons and hard lessons and disappointment. But I feel like it's ready to tie it up. This is trust in timing. Because as this says, this experience has divine meaning. Healing will come. Know that you are on a path of growth. It's only meant to grow your soul and make you the strongest, best version of yourself, essentially. It's time to play. You're working too hard and worrying about everything. Seek out joyous experiences to bring balance into your life. And we did have the justice scales needing balance too there, right? I do think things are going to work out in your favor and balance is going to come when it comes to connections. But start here. Negative thinking must go. Replace every negative thought, every downward feeling with something positive that makes you feel good. Even if it's something silly in the moment. I love the taste of my macaroni and cheese right now. It sounds so silly, But thoughts like this really do raise us up in energy and vibration and bring us closer to more clarity and connection to higher mind, which you've got those messagings that want to come through. Really important to make sure that our energy is ready for it. Either way, though, the simple message is it's time to play. Relax your barriers. There is no sense of urgency because that came up too. Surrender to divine timing and give yourself over to joyful play and optimism as much as you possibly can. Okay. We are going to cap this off with a final message. Messages from heaven. I don't know why, but I feel like for some of you, it's time to call up a friend or something and just go do something really silly. Something that you might have enjoyed when you were a kid that maybe you've been thinking about. It's like, yeah, can I actually do that? Will anybody go do that with me? I feel the answer is yes. And if you're having a thought about doing something like that, whether it's like, it doesn't matter what it is. It could be going to play a sport. It could be going to a concert. It could be going to do painting or, pottery, whatever it is. The answer is yes, do that. I feel like it'll evoke joy for you in the best possible way. We're helping to bring a little luck your way. You deserve it. I love that. I love that as a final message here for you guys. You absolutely do. You're coming to the end of this difficulty. You're coming to the end of this cycle. All that karmic nonsense that you've had to deal with, that frustration, was only meant to grow your soul so that you could receive something much better. And you may not be able to see why it all had to happen now, but I really think you will. Either way, we're helping to bring a little luck your way. You deserve it. I love that as a final message for you guys. I absolutely feel that to be true. Okay, guys, I think I'm going to leave that there. Take care.